What is up, guys? Welcome back for another video. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different again, and it's going to be more of just a me talking to you type video. I have a few questions for you guys and a few things that I'm in the middle of that, as you can see, my car is packed to the brim. I am currently in the middle of a move. So I've been living about half an hour, 40 minutes south of Newcastle, and you know, over the course of the 20 days, 25 days of this challenge so far, you know, some things have picked up. A lot of work's been coming in for me. You know, at the start of the challenge, work was a little bit quieter post-COVID. You know, I was in the transition period of reactivating clients. But over the course of these 25 days, due to things like my podcast and then this content here, work has just really shifted. Had a lot of new clients come on for the services that I'm offering, which is really exciting. And it's basically put me in this position where I was traveling up to Newcastle 5 or 6 days a week with the challenge going on and with the work that's needed to be done. It was just very quickly becoming too much for me. So an opportunity came up with some friends. They had a room in a share house. I've never lived in a share house before, so that's kind of exciting. And I've decided to relocate up to Newcastle to be able to do the work that I need to do. This is kind of the way that I've always lived my life. It's not for everyone being able to pick up and relocate straight away, but I like having a lifestyle where I'm able to pick up and go and chase where work is or wherever the best opportunity is for me at the time. And Newcastle is that at this point. But there is something that I really want to throw back to you guys today, and a little quick conversation that I'd like to have that will be the bulk of today's video. And this is this concept about giving and receiving feedback. So I really feel like it's important, you know, in life to be able to give and receive feedback. You know, it's a skill that you can see some people, we all know those people that aren't able to take feedback in a healthy way. And it's something I've tried to lean into over the last couple of years, you know, intentionally asking for feedback and without consequence. You know, in life, in everything that we do, it's so important to be able to get critical feedback or get real honest feedback, and then be able to have a skill set or be emotionally intelligent enough to be able to receive that feedback in a healthy way. And it's important to be able to then develop the skill of giving feedback to people as well, and learning how to give that feedback in a way that you're not targeting the person, you're not being accusational, you're not trying to devalue them. But without feedback, sometimes it's very hard for us to move forward. It's very hard for us to learn. And we live in this day and age now, which is amazing, that due to social media and the internet, we're able to give and receive feedback. You know, imagine being in the world of television where, you know, people probably had to give feedback over mail, and it was this very long process. Well, now you guys can literally write a comment in the comment section of this video, and I can get direct feedback about what part of my content is hitting, what part of my content's not, what you guys like, what you guys think isn't the best thing for me to be doing. And I think it's important to establish that I am going to continue making the content that I want to make, but I think there's a healthy balance between understanding what people are enjoying and understanding what people are not enjoying, or what is totally not working or what is really working. And we all have our own versions of what we think we're good at. And it's very nice to be able to realign that and ask you guys, hey, what do you think I'm really good at? Or what do you think I'm not really good at? And at least generate that data and have a good, you know, recalibration and a good standpoint of what's working and what's not. So yeah, that's the context. So what I would like to do is ask you guys, and I know there's a few of you that have really been engaged with this content. You know, I won't mention names, but I can see the guys that are coming back and watching my content every day. And I would really like to throw that to you guys and ask you to give me honest feedback. I really value the interaction. I really value you guys commenting and engaging with my content. And I would like to hear from you, and I'd like to throw 2 questions to you guys. One, first, what is it that you guys are really enjoying? Maybe one of your favorite videos, one piece of content that I've created over the last 20 days that's hit, and then one that hasn't, or something about my channel or about the content that I'm uploading that isn't resonating with you guys and you aren't enjoying as much. And yeah, from my experience as well, that's one of the healthy ways of giving feedback. When we're having conversations with people in our lives, and we are maybe having that conversation with our boss, you know, or an employee, or even on the internet, we're just giving feedback. One little thing that I've always found that works is when you're engaging in those conversations, instead of going in and being like, hey, this is shit, or I really don't like this thing about what you're doing, it's always nice to pretext it, come in with empathy, come in with love, and be like, hey, hey boss, I really like this thing about this work, or I really enjoy this work. It's bringing me a lot of fulfillment. I really love my job. I really love you as a boss. I think you do these things really well. However, there's this one thing or 2 things that I'm not so happy about. And I've found in my life that whenever you go into those types of conversations from a loving place, from a place of empathy, from a place of like, hey, there's these things that I really love, however, there's these things that maybe aren't serving me as well, it opens up this space for a conversation, for dialogue, and it lowers the likelihood of that person being offended by you or being personally triggered or insulted or hurt by the things that you're going in with. And unless we develop these skills of being able to have healthy conversations, it's going to be very hard for us to develop relationships with these people. And you know, we all want to live our life in a way where we're able to not build resentment or build up repressed or suppressed feelings, you know, because this resentment in the relationships a lot of the time is what makes relationships hard. And when we're not able to have these open dialogues with our audience or with people that we respect, then it allows for this resentment to build up, and then that resentment starts to manifest or actualize in other ways that then create unhealthy versions of a relationship. So yeah, that's what I would like to throw at you guys today. That's going to be the bulk of this video. If you have time, then I'd love for you to just take 1 minute to give me one piece of what you've been enjoying about my content and one piece that you haven't been enjoying. And it's really healthy. I really want to emphasize that I want that negative feedback as well. So negative's not right. I want both pieces of that. I don't just want what you guys are liking, and I know you guys have been enjoying it. I would love for you to share one thing that you like and one thing that you don't like. And that helps me to develop the skill of being able to receive that feedback as much as it allows me to develop the skill of giving feedback as well. So I hope that makes sense. I'd love to hear that from you guys. And yeah, and if you have any questions about this whole giving and receiving feedback, definitely, you know, send me a message on Instagram. It's something that I've worked on quite a lot as a personal skill